Live.
All right.
Officially
Excellent.
live. I'll just share the link here real quick, and we'll get going. Yeah, you can go ahead and share it
Okay.
on like Twitter or whatever as well.
Okay. Did you just send it to me?
No, it's in the little links corner.
The links corner. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, it says like episode 2, Dog and Squid. Should say links.
In the Hangouts window.
Nah, it should be in the bottom right hand corner.
Again, I'm not seeing that. All I got is a white bar.
Okay, hold on. Let me send it to you through Facebook.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got it.
Awesome.
And I just clicked it, which I don't want to do that. All right. Where'd it go again? Uh, Copy shortcut. There we go. No. Yeah. I'm such a retard on this stuff. I've actually got my notebook for YouTube stuff to try and get this sorted. And so the more I do it, the better I'll get at it. So no problem.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's not what I wanted. Again, that's copy shortcut. So are we on air as far as?
Yeah, we're currently live. I just wanted to send out the links and stuff like that. Do you have your speakers on?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. So you mean
Okay.
my desktop speakers?
Yeah, because like whenever I talk, I hear like the echo.
Okay. I actually did not disable those. So yeah, let's do that as well. I don't
Okay.
think. Say something.
Can you still hear me?
Go ahead.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not playing on the desktop, but I'll shut them off anyway, just to make double sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can still hear. Awesome. I can still hear myself in the background though.
All right. Disable. Okay. How about now?
I don't know. Let's try it out real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I can't hear myself. Awesome.
All right. That's what it
Oh,
was.
there it goes. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So enough last minute hammering out the technical stuff. Let's kick off this episode of Dog and Squid.
All right. Excellent. Number 2. Almost pros at it now.
Yeah, we're getting there, man.
We're getting there. Yeah. Rough start, but hey, keep screwing up enough time. We'll find out every way to screw it up, and then eventually, process of elimination, we'll figure out how to do it the right way, huh?
Yeah, we'll get in like a groove, as it were.
Yep. And then one day we can be like our superheroes. Give me a break, man, and what's the other guy? Hiko Simon. Yeah.
Kiko Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be coming on in about an hour.
All right. Coolness.
Yeah. So, all right. So, for those of you just tuning in who haven't seen the first episode, my name's Andy. I'm currently active duty in the United States Navy, stationed out in Yokosuka, Japan. And so I'm the squid of this Dog and Squid show. Squid just being like a kind of like a military nickname for sailors. So I've been YouTubing for almost a decade now. It's hard to believe. And I just wanted to share my active duty military just experience with you guys out there.
Cool. Well, I guess I would be the dog part of it. Yes, woof. Who let the dog out? Someone did, and here I am. My channel name is Bushido Devil Dog, so that's one part of the dog part. Plus, also being a former Marine, our nickname is Devil Dog, so that's two. And also, I may or may not have been actually born in the year of the dog, so that's three.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. As far as the Chinese calendar is concerned, yeah, I'm a bit of a shy boy though. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll just go with dog for now for names. Maybe one of these days I may be brave like Kurt and put everything out there. But for now, um, I won't. So still working for the CIA. Very hush hush. So I was active duty in the Marine Corps, 88 to 93. Then 2 years in reserves. During that time, I was stationed in Okinawa for a year and a half. And so, of course, Andy here is now active duty. So we got the idea when we had the YouTube Hanami party in Yoyogi Park to do their own webcast, whatever you want to call it, and talking about our experiences, my past experience being in the military, stationed in Japan, and what it's like, what it was like for my time when I was doing it, and what it's like now for Andy, and the differences, and just different things related to that experience of being U.S. military here in the wonderful party place of Japan. So we're kind of winging it tonight for topics, but anyway, want to kick it back to you, Andy. So
Yeah, sure. We originally had a guest planned, but I guess he's busy with stuff right at the moment. So we'll just kick off with just basically getting a house or an apartment out here in Japan, being active duty military, which I haven't really heard of too many people out and about on YouTube land talking about something like this. And of course, there's plenty of information for civilians coming out here to Japan to get their own place, and all the red tape and just gobs and gobs of money that you got to throw at everybody just to get like a little, 2 foot by 2 foot little shack. They have to pay like what, like $1,000 a month for something like that.
I'm paying $1,250 right now, equivalent. So
Nice.
yeah, for about the size of maybe 2 shoe boxes put together. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
I can even give you guys the grand tour. Don't blink.
Oh yeah.
There's my main living room, kind of dirty. There's my kitchen. Okay, did I miss anything? Boom, done.
Where's the shitter?
Yeah, it's back over there. So the solemn room of contemplation, as I like to call it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So wow. So yeah. So you're living off base. When I was in, that was highly discouraged and basically a no-go unless you were married. And even then, if you were on an accompanied tour, you were set. If you did like one of the guys in my unit, and he was married, but I guess just couldn't stand being away from his wife for that long, so he, on his own dime, got a place out in town. So I don't know all what they went through, but he, I don't think was getting, what was it called, BHA? So
BAH.
BAH, okay, and they may have flipped the initials around, but basically, the military, if it's on your orders, if they approve it, they can give you extra cash to live out in town, if there's not military barracks available, or if you're married. But I don't know. I've got another friend. He's not on YouTube, but he was also out in his own place in. It was right by the beach. I forget. I'm drawing a blank right now because of course, I should remember it. But west of Yokosuka. I used to go there. I used to live close to there. But anyway.
Oh. Enoshima Beach?
Enoshima, east of Enoshima, closer to the base in Enoshima. What's another huge beach there?
Oh, you're talking about Zushi or Zama? Or...
Zushi, that's it.
Okay, Zushi, yeah.
Yeah, he was right by Zushi Beach there. And he was, I think, an E5, petty officer, second class. And he told me, so you can confirm this, and I'll shut up and let you school us on how it is now. He told me that basically the Navy was pretty much wanting the guys off base, pretty much, kind of, especially once you made petty officer grade, that, they wanted to get you off base out in town. So please school us on that if that's true or not. So.
Yeah, yeah. At least at the time of this recording, it is. I don't know if maybe further on down the line with sequestration and stuff, they're gonna like annex that. But for now, if you're E5 and above, or if you're E4 for 4 years, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
E4 for 4. E4 for 4.
Yeah.
But basically, if you fall in one of those categories, you can get off-base housing, or if you're E4 and below, you can get barracks, but you have to be up to date with your quals, fill out the paperwork, and just basically be put in a spot for the barracks. So that's another reason why they encourage sailors to move out in town and stuff, especially when they make E5, because there's just only so many barracks rooms, and we're pretty hard up for rooms as it is, at least at the time of this recording. So being an E5, I was able to apply for housing almost immediately, but we had some underway time and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to get an apartment until December, on my birthday of all times. A day that will live in infamy.
Yeah.
That was my little birthday present to myself, I guess.
Yeah, place to live.
Get my own place. But there is a whole bunch of I guess just legal stuff you got to go through, and just admin paperwork, which I might cover in a future video in more detail. But just to give you guys the basic rundown of it, you have to go through the housing office on base. They give you like a little packet of papers and stuff that you take back to your command. You get everybody to sign it, and file the paperwork for basically just being able to get an apartment or house. And then you go to either the housing office on base, which has available house listings and stuff like that. But for anybody who's lived in Japan for more than like a minute, you know that there's like tons of real estate agents out in town. So if the people on base can't help you out, there's definitely resources out there. But it's kind of a mixed bag. The ones close to base are pretty decent. I usually just go by recommendations. Like I got this place on recommendation from one of the guys in my division. He when he got here, he got his original place through her, and honestly, I just lucked out. If anybody has seen my my Instagram account, I live really close to the ocean, so like every morning, I wake up, I just look at my balcony, and I get to see the ocean.
Oh, nice.
That's really awesome. If I can toot my own horn.
Yeah. Well, my friend that's still active, his was the same thing. His place was like his apartment, road, Zushi Beach.
Nice.
Yeah, you can't beat that with a stick, man.
Hell no, man. Hell no.
So are you in Zushi, or if you don't want to, give away to stop people from stalking you, or?
No, I'm a bit closer to base than Zushi, but I am right by the ocean. I got a nice community nearby, so I got like convenies and restaurants and shops and stuff like that. So that was one of the reasons I picked this apartment over a house, because originally I wanted to get like a 4-bedroom house just because I could, and I thought, what the hell, why not?
Right.
But when I got there, and don't get me wrong, the house was nice, but it was in like a housing neighborhood. It's like getting stuck in like the suburbs or something like that. So if I were to go out and like get something to eat or like get groceries or something, I'd pretty much have to make a trip of it. And so it kind of ruins the convenience of that. But getting this nice apartment, it's got oceanfront, ocean view. Like the ocean is right there.
Yeah,
like
nice.
You could see Sarashima Island, also known as Monkey Island.
Oh, okay. Now I got a better idea where you're at then. Okay.
Yeah, it's a recurring element in my Instagram pictures. So just to give you an idea. And I was originally gonna do this apartment as like a courtesy, because she said she had an apartment and a house. So I figured I was gonna look at the house and just like
Mm.
look at the apartment just to be nice. But I ended up loving the apartment more than the house. So
Mm.
maybe I think it's like 2 months later I was able to get this place. But actually, um, when I was set to do all the paperwork and everything like that, we were set to get underway. So I had all the paperwork filled out. I was ready to move in. We had like the set paperwork date and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just waiting for because you can get cash advances. It's called OHA and MIHA overseas. Back in the States, it's BAH and BAS, which is basic allowance for housing and basic allowance
Mm.
for subsidies, I think, supplies.
Yeah, something like
Basic
that.
allowance for something. There you
Right,
go.
right. Stuff.
So stuff. There you go.
Yeah.
Basic allowance for stuff. But it's basically like the miscellaneous expenses like food, utilities, things of that nature. But overseas, it's called OHA and MIHA, which is overseas housing allowance, and miscellaneous income something or other. It's basically the BAH BAS for overseas people like myself. So in getting an apartment in Japan, just to give you guys who don't know anything about that, you have to give a lot of money in advance. Usually there's key money. There's you got to pay the real estate agent. They got to get their cut. Then you give a lump sum to the owner of the apartment complex or the house, and just a bunch of other little miscellaneous fees and things like that.
Yep.
So it can be very costly to move to just simply move in. Because you got to pay so much in advance. Whereas
Right.
back in the States, you would pretty much just have to put like a month, like a 1 month deposit.
Yeah, a month
Maybe
deposit. Right.
get your utilities set up, and you're good to go. But you would often pay like probably 3 upwards of 4 times your monthly rent just to move in.
Mm-hmm. I haven't had to have it to be that much, but pretty close. Yeah, maybe twice, 2 months rent equivalent once it was all said and done. So.
Yeah, like it was pretty shocking when I moved in because, like I was saying earlier, you can get advanced OHA MIHA. So the Navy basically gives you your move-in money, and then over time you pay it back. I think it's a year from when you move in is when it's completely paid back. So they take out like 200 or 300 a check to pay it back. So I think it's a pretty good deal.
So
I ended up getting like I think upwards of $6,000 to $7,000 American to just move in. So after everything was all said and done, and I'm holding, and you have to pay it all in cash, by the way. It's not like you're writing a check or you pay it on a card. Like you got to go to the bank, get the American money, exchange the American money for yen, and I'm just sitting there holding like a fat wad of yen, and I'm just like, I feel like a drug dealer right now. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I just hope nobody like robs me or something.
Right. So even though you're still active duty military, they didn't have like a list of apartments where you could get in without having to go through all that. So you still had to pay all the key money and all the raking and all this extra crap. You didn't get any, I guess, special considerations. So you had to do the full thing basically like I would have had to done, right?
Well, yeah, but it was all handled through my real estate agent. She spoke English, so she was able to talk with me just fine, and she was basically the liaison, which is how real estate agents do. But I don't recall having to pay any key money. It was mostly the initial month's rent. Basically, it was just like one-time deposits. So it was like the initial rent, insurance, and then setting up utilities and things like that.
Okay.
And so just giving the real estate agent her cut, which is almost another month's rent right there.
Yeah, well, that probably could be the in Japanese they call it the reikin, which basically the kanji for it is like courtesy, like the same word the kanji for the word bow, is like. So that is, money given to the landlord, I guess, for being so kind to let, you move in or in our case, to let our heathen foreign ass move in, you know, and you don't
Expel
get
the
that.
barbarians.
Yeah. So no joy. Yeah. So, revere the emperor, expel the barbarians. So,
Right.
and you don't get that back. Whereas theoretically, you should, as long as you don't completely trash the apartment, get at least some of your deposit back. Minus any deductions for wear and tear, and replacement of the tatami if you have tatami. So, do you have tatami?
I do. I have a carpet
No.
over it, so
No.
I'm in the know about these things.
So you're still Americanizing it then? Not me.
Oh, well, I just do it just to protect it,
No.
because
Okay. There you
I
go.
don't want it to be
See.
damaged or anything like that. I
Right.
actually, like, I had it for my spare room for the longest time, and I
Mm,
didn't have carpet or anything over it. And then one of the guys from my ship, he asked if he could move in for a couple months, and I didn't really know how he was at home, so I figured just
mm,
lay down a carpet, and then worst case scenario, I'm out of carpet.
out of carpet. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd rather be out of carpet than replace 6 tatami mats.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That's. I mean,
Shit adds up.
right. I dig the Tommy Match, but that's a good idea. I mean,
Yeah.
so because yeah, I've had to replace every one of mine just because I keep my place clean and I don't drink in my tatami rooms, or so spilling stuff is not an issue. Or same thing with food. I don't eat there, but still just. From using it, opening your curtains and let the sun shine in, it's going to fade certain ones, so you're going to see a difference. So almost I think every one they've replaced just because the new person wants nice fresh tatami, and I know whenever I moved in, I wanted fresh tatami as well. So, but okay, it's interesting. So you just did as if you were just regular Joe Blow like me that was here not in the military, so you had to pay all the fees and nickel and dime here and there and everywhere, so that they use over here. So
Yeah, pretty much. But
okay.
the cool thing was that the Navy was able to front me the money up front. I didn't have to
Yeah.
scrounge around and wait paycheck after paycheck and put it away.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really nice. And plus, through Oha Miha, which I get monthly, the Navy basically pays for my housing.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's no, that's. I wish I had that going on now, because yeah, I'm paying about $1,250 equivalent if you convert it, give or take.
wow.
But because I'm in Shinjuku, that's one reason. So once you go inside the Yamanote line, your rent goes this way, and your space goes this way. And
That's the truth.
so, yeah, but I knew, I've been here long enough, this isn't my first radio, so I knew that before I moved. But the reason I'm where I'm at now is because I'm basically within hand grenade range of the Aikido Hombu Dojo, which is, where Steven Seagal trained at when he was here, learning to be a
Nice.
badass. Yeah, um, so it takes me all of about 1 minute to get to the dojo after work or before work. So that's why I moved here. But about 300 of that, about 3 mon, is for parking. Because as of now, I have a car, which, by the way, if there's any way, it's up for sale. So if anyone wants a very immaculately cared for 1996 Honda CR-V, I'm your man. So.
There you go.
Yeah, so if you could possibly even get that, listed on base for me, that would be great. So we can talk
Yeah.
about that
Put
later.
up put up Craigslist or something like that.
Already done there. So the only response I've got is two guys who are obviously trying to scam me, and it's like, oh, first message, oh, please give me your personal email address. No. Yeah, the one guy, I shot that down. The one guy, the first one, that was all I needed for him to fuck off. The second guy, he at least gave me one more response. Oh, okay, yeah, let's do it by PayPal or bank transfer. It's like cash only, baby. Cash is king. So.
That's right. I'm a Nigerian prince stuck in Japan. I
Right,
need your help. If you give me your Honda Civic,
yeah.
or CRV, excuse me, then I'll give you $43 million.
Right. So.
But you got to wire the money. It's got to be tonight, or the deal's off.
Yeah, and you got to give me your account money, your account info. I'll transfer the money to your account. I promise. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Scott's
Uh,
honor.
right. Yeah. So both of those, as soon as, because they said other stuff that I've got photos of it up there, and they're like, oh, let's get me pictures of the car. I'm like, hello, idiot. It's in the ad, the condition, the miles, it's already up there. Did you even read the ad before you started spamming me? But
Yeah. And that's a whole nother bag of
yeah,
worms too. Is getting a car
cars.
and
Yeah.
maintaining a car. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap, dude. Like, I don't have a car just because being so close to like Yokohama and Tokyo,
Mm.
you know the train lines get me where I need to go just fine.
Yeah, that was.
And if I wanted to like move or something like that, I got plenty of friends that can help me move stuff. I can like rent things.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
you
there's
know.
car. Yeah, I mean, I like the car that I've got, but I don't want to get rid of it. But my financial situation right now is such that I need to. With my current position, not making quite as much money as I did on my last one. So, and after being 2 years out of work, so that pretty much put me in the hole for my savings. So
Gotcha.
it's just what I got to do. And plus, even when I was still making rather good money in the finance industry, once I moved here, I really didn't have a lot of places to go do stuff on the weekends. I mean, sure, if I make plans, yeah, there's plenty of places to go to, but before I lost my job, I just hadn't made any real set plans. And as far as my daily living, I really don't need it. So I mean, it's a nice to have, when I want to go to Costco and stuff like that. But I don't need it to get pretty much everything I need for daily life. So it's got to
Yeah.
go, unfortunately. So if anyone sees this or knows anyone, yeah, let me know. So I've got it listed for 2,000 right now. So basically, if I can just get what I paid the shock-in I just did last November, so if I can just get the shock-in plus a little bit more out of it, I'll be happy. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but anyway, but back to housing. So did you have to? I guess you said your real estate person took care of it. So as far as were you using a guarantee company? That's what I had to use. So that's another thing people.
What's that?
Okay, well then it may be part of it. You just, I mean, they may have covered it and called it something else. But in Japan, pretty much every apartment wants a guarantor. So they want someone else to sign for you if you trash the apartment, or let's say I don't know, can't pay your rent for almost a year. They want someone. They have what's called guarantee companies, and if you can't pay your rent, the guarantee company will. Not that I would know anything about that. Excuse me.
Oh, I've heard of those
So,
companies.
yeah.
I'm not sure if we had to go through one, or maybe like the Navy was my guarantor, which is like
Right.
very like atypical because usually your job
Yeah.
doesn't, it can't be your guarantor, or if they do, you have to like pay like a shit ton of like money or whatever.
Yeah. Usually, if it's family, if you would have family here, even families sometimes are kind of a little gun shy to be, a guarantor unless they really, really are blood relation or whatever. But because I'm here by myself, making my own way, living the dream. I used a guarantor company, and basically what they do, guarantee companies, is I think I paid 1 month or maybe half a month's rent. I think it was half a month's rent, and then you sign whatever, and then if you for some reason can't make your rent payments, they come in and they pay the landlord for you. And then if you get behind in your rent, they call you like 4 or 5 times a day asking your slacker ass to pay the damn rent. Again, not that I would know
Yeah.
anything about that. But yeah, actually, yeah, I did that. That's I can probably put share my experience. Because I was out of work for 2 years, I depleted all my savings, and I started not missing my rent payments. So the guarantee company started making them for me. And then, the Japanese are kind of weird. If you don't pay your rent, they get a little pissed. I mean, I don't know why. It's kind of weird. But those wacky
Japan's
Japanese.
so weird.
Wacky Japanese. Yeah, not pay your rent. Why are they getting upset? But so they would call me, and I started explaining, and I did small part-time jobs. I paid what I could, when I could, but it got basically almost half a year behind. And then so finally, to their credit, had this been like an American, landlord, I probably would have been out the door like after the second month. But they in Japan, the renters have fairly strong rights, and so it's rather difficult to evict someone. But I got behind late enough that they did start the process. So I actually did go to court, to Tokyo Civil Court, But luckily, I just literally the day before my first court date, was my interview, I guess, or maybe a day before that. So that was like a Thursday with my court dates. Like Wednesday or Tuesday, I had my interview for my current job now. And they said, yeah, we're pretty sure we're going to hire you. So I was like, guys, wait. Don't kick me out yet. Okay. I just, I'm going to get hired, pretty much guaranteed, just you'll get paid once, I confirm it, and, from next month. So just slow down, so just a little bit more on a guy, And then so they said, okay, well, here's the deal, we want all of the money by this date, or regardless of whether you've got a new job or not, you're out of here, Scotty. So, thumbs up if you caught that Austin Powers reference. That's mine.
I got you.
Yeah.
But Scotty don't.
Yeah. Don't you get it? Don't. Yeah. And luckily, my mom, she takes care of my credit card. She told my credit card that I've got, they had like an interest-free deal up until November, and I was able to borrow against that, and it was just enough to pay everything that I needed paid, and plus I borrowed a little bit from my brother, so just in time. Whew, I've had 3 or 4 times like that. I call them James Bond experiences, where you think you're totally screwed, and then you come out smelling like a rose, just in the nick of time. So once again, I make it through by the skin of my teeth. So got that settled, but it was quite an interesting experience about the whole real estate apartment thing. So, and how long they let me go. I mean, or before they actually, went official and took it to court. So, but anyway, try to stay up on your rent. Job's kind of important and stuff, so try not to lose it.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my defense, I got restructured. I got cut along with Japanese as well, so it wasn't just foreigners that got cut loose. So, but I thought I would get hired a lot quicker than I did. Then it ended up taking me. So that's why things got a little tight. But now we're back on the road. So, and living the dream. So.
That's right. And the Yakuza didn't have to come and break your legs.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought might have been the next step, because they literally they were sending some guy to knock on my door. He would stick little letters saying, what the hell, your rent's late. Give us a call.
Yeah.
And for me, for a while, I was avoiding them because no sense of wasting my time and my phone bill on my K-tie to talk to him if I didn't have any new info. So. But anyway, another interesting experience of living in Japan.
Yeah, and another thing I forgot to mention was there's a service in Yokosuka. I don't know if it's like in Sasebo or Oki or any of these other places, but in Yokosuka there's a service called GI Bill Pay. And basically, because with Japan, there is no, at least typically speaking, there's no auto debit system. You have to physically show up in person and either pay your bill, or one of the nice things is there's convenience stores open 24/7 everywhere, like every 2 or 3 feet, pretty much.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take your bill in, they scan it, and then you pay the convenience store, and then it's marked as paid. And I thought that was pretty cool. But with getting underway and stuff like that, I obviously won't be physically there to do that. So I decided to set up a GI Bill Pay, which basically they take all your bills, all your utilities, things like that, bundle them all up, and they do speak English, so you don't have to worry about kind of fumbling through Japanese. And they just put it on an auto debit system, and everything's all paid. Rent's paid off. I just all you get is like little receipts for like the gas you use, water, utilities, things like that. So it kind of does ruin the novelty of scanning your receipt and paying it at the convenience store.
Yeah.
But it's one less thing I have to worry about.
Right. Yeah. If you're living here, they do have auto deduct. Like my rent, pretty much all of my utilities are automatically deducted from my bank account. But you have to have a Japanese bank to do that, and so it's probably, since for the U.S. typical tour, U.S. Marine, is Okinawa was 1 year, and whatever it is for the Navy, they figured not here long enough to justify it. And plus, being SOFA, they might not even allow you to, if you would go out in town to get an account. So
yeah,
so
well, we go through Navy Fed for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the typical overseas tour for Japan, for at least for Navy guys, is between 2 to 3 years, usually. There could be outstanding circumstances, but most cases 2, maybe 3 years.
Even if you're on ship, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can extend. You can get orders to another ship out here. There's also shore duty commands as well. So you could definitely stick around Japan long term if you really wanted to, even if you're doing short commands. But ultimately, needs of the Navy. So if they need you to go to Norfolk or San Diego or Bahrain or something like that, your ass is going.
Yep. But good old Gitmo, right?
Yeah, that's right, man. But thankfully for me, being a sonar tech out here, they're not really going to take me anywhere else unless I specifically ask. But most of the time, I'm pretty much going to stay here at least till the end of my contract. That's the plan anyway. Cool.
Yeah, for me, unless it's changed again, my time was 88 to 93, so it's been quite a while. But it was typical was 1 year, Okinawa. So, and it was typical too for them to send the young guys straight out of school, to their first duty station, was usually quite often was Okinawa. Unless you were like top of your class, then you could. Well, everybody was able to put in. This is so cheesy. I imagine it probably just went straight to the garbage can. But they would write on like a piece of notebook paper, where was your preference, and so.
Did they call it the dream sheet?
Yeah, exactly. Dream sheet. Yeah. So
they did that with me too. You pick like your top 3 duty stations, and then they would kind of, figure it out.
Yeah.
All the bean counters and whatnot.
Right.
Like the HR, wubby, touchy-feely people. They get a boner off that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I imagine the Marine Corps' way of handling the dream sheet was something like this. You're going to Okinawa, so.
Yeah.
But I went ahead and I kind of requested it because I wanted to check it out anyway, so I didn't mind. But all these other guys, I don't want to go to Okinawa, man. Screw that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, hey, man, I've seen enough of America. I want to see, strange and new places, meet interesting and exciting people, and have sex with them. So
yeah.
Giggity.
That's right. It's a military way, man.
Yeah. So. I didn't mind, and all these other guys. And if they had family or wife or whatever, I could understand. But I was a young single guy. I'm like, hey, let me go check it out. So 1 year, typical 1 year tour. But I got there in 1990, and in August 1990 was the Gulf War, so they kicked off the Kuwaiti invasion at least. And I think around October. Or so, maybe October, November, or whatever, maybe even January, they automatically extended everybody by 6 months who was already there, unless they had orders to go. Like one of my good friends that I'm still in contact with, he had already had orders to go back to the First Marine Division, who was in Kuwait, so he went over there and got to be in the Gulf War. But everyone else that didn't have orders was extended automatically for 6 months. And then during that time, I deployed to the Philippines. And then when I came back, I tried to. By then, I got a Japanese girlfriend, so I tried to extend more, but that paperwork didn't get sent off in time. So I got back from the Philippines deployment, was there like a month or so. Oh, welcome back to the Philippines. Good job as being a team leader there. Oh, by the way, you got mess duty for a month.
They send Marines cranking too?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So
do they even call it cranking out there, or is it something else?
No, we call it mess duty, unless that's a newer term, but we call it mess duty. So.
Well, for us, the old term was cranking, but I guess like the new Navy, the new soft hippy dippy Navy, it's called FSA, which is Food Service Assistant.
Oh, okay.
So you're going on your FSA tour, and it's gonna be lots of fun. You're gonna serve pancakes and make the coffee for the chief's mess in the wardroom.
Right. But no, we just call it mess duty. Mess and maintenance, or out in the fleet or out in boot camp, because some would do like cleaning up, weed eating stuff at the base, but most of you were on mess duty. So, and sometimes they do it out in the fleet as well. And then so I did 1 month of that. Then I got back to my shop, starting to do my actual job again. Was only there like a couple of weeks. Oh, hey, we need someone to go to NCO school, and you're it. Which normally would be fun. That's professional military education, no problem. But I had just gotten off of mess duty, so my uniforms were kind of trashed, and I needed to get new ones. And so, I was like, "Can you send someone else? Maybe next one." It's like, "No, you're it. You're going." I'm like, "Okay, fine." So NCO school for about a month, back down to Camp Foster, I think it was. No, sorry, Camp Kinzer, down south in Okinawa. So did that, graduated. I think I was within the maybe the top 10 in my class, of a class of about 30, 40, something like that. But, good job on NCO. Graduated on a Friday afternoon, got back to my unit. Oh, congratulations on finishing NCO school. Oh, by the way, you fly Tuesday. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, back to the States. So the old green weenie. So.
That's right. It spares no man.
Yeah, so that was my Okinawan time. But and back to the housing. I was in the barracks the whole time. When I was in, yeah, like I said, they didn't want you to be off base pretty much unless you had gotten orders. Typical, everyone that was on a 1 year tour, they would never get an accompanied tour. Now, if you got later on in your career down the line and they sent you back for a 3 year tour, then yeah, that would usually be accompanied, and then you could get off-base housing and the money and all that set up for it. But as a first termer on your first enlistment, first contract, no, Marine Corps didn't do it. So maybe different now, but I kind of doubt it. So because looking at Google Maps or Google Earth, you can see they were building barracks when I was there. And they've continued on, so there's even more barracks there now, so plenty of room for us. But it's kind of weird. Yeah, let me just ask this real quick. You said that they don't have enough barracks on the base there. Is that just because they've got so many ships berthed there, and when they're pulled in, they don't have enough barracks for everyone to get off the ship and be on a regular barracks room?
I think it's mostly just the carrier, because the carrier just has like so many people, and when the carrier's in port, like there's just gobs of people everywhere, and so there's like not enough room. But when the carrier gets underway, then all of a sudden all these rooms just open up. But that's usually when we're underway too. So.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's the thing people don't realize. Typical carrier has like 4,000, a crew of 4,000, something like that, give or take.
I think nowadays it's like 5,000.
Really.
It's a small city. And I've met people from the carrier out here, the USS George Washington, GW. They don't even know, like, some people in their division, like, they've never seen them. Like, they're on one end of the ship and they're on the other, and like they don't see them. They don't like pass them in the P-way, say, "Hey man, how's it going? How's the new kid?" On
Yeah.
a small boy, because I'm on a destroyer, so we got a crew of about a couple hundred. Uh, around at thereabouts around 300. I can't give out exact numbers for obvious
Yeah,
reasons,
yeah, you
but
give or take.
yeah, around 300, we'll say.
Mm.
And so obviously you're running around the P-ways doing your thing. You know people to some extent. I mean, maybe you don't know everything about them, but at least you know a little bit about them. Maybe they have like a pet, or they're like your next door neighbor or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, the only time I visited in San Diego, they've got the what's that? The Midway that's there, the museum ship or
Yeah,
something. The
yeah, the
Midway.
Midway.
Yeah, yeah. And you see how big it is, but yet at the same time, it's not as big as it looks in a way. Once you get inside of it, you see how kind of compact things really are. Like the especially the main tower, the control tower there. Well, I forget the proper name for it. What is it called? The
Uh,
island. They call it the island, right?
sure, I wasn't on the carry, so I
No,
don't
okay,
know
okay,
these.
that's all right.
I'm a small boy sailor. I'm not a
Okay,
not a big
okay.
sailor.
Okay, I think they called it. I've seen another stuff on. I think they call it the island. But basically, where the main control part, where they watch the planes coming out, that's actually pretty cramped, you know. And I was surprised how small it actually was, but still it was quite interesting. But sorry, my 2 weeks, 1 week there and back from Philippines was more than enough ship duty for me. So I'm more proud of you guys for doing that. So.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that scene in Aladdin where the genie's explaining to himself he has unlimited cosmic power. Living space.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
we have like unlimited ungodly
Mm.
firepower. Itty bitty living space.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, of course, being us when we went over there, being Marines, we were like stacked, like 4 high. Was it 4 or 5 high? I think
Wow, that's
something
up there,
like
man.
that. We had I think this bunk space was like maybe a foot and a half space between you and the next one. So and I don't even recall now where. Oh yeah, we put them in the Humvees. There was so little room for your stuff that most of our camis and stuff, I'd have to stick it in one of my comm vehicles and then go change new camis, you know, when we were going there. So, and then of course while we were there, what stopped working? The showers.
Yeah,
Yeah. So.
those things that never work. Yeah, I've
Right.
heard of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but anyway, so it was interesting experience. So, um, what else about the housing thing? So, do you take the train to get back and forth to work to base, or?
Yeah, I do. It's only like a 10-minute walk from my house to the nearest train station, and the commute's also really quick too, which is another reason why I got it. It's about 3 to 5 minutes, give or
Yeah,
take.
yeah, because you said you can see Satojima, so yeah, you can't be very far from the base itself. So,
Nah.
can you get out there? Can you like physically go out to Satojima? Are there boats or not?
Yeah, there's ferries and stuff like that, and there was a curry festival in Yokosuka last weekend, and I was hoping to like
Mm,
go out to Sarashima Island and see the island and like do all kinds of cool stuff because I've never been out there before. And I've
yeah,
seen I've seen a couple people put up YouTube videos. It's mostly like a basically like a beach island, so people would like bring beach things, like they'd have like grills and
oh, cool.
just sit on the sand, just watch the waves, just a nice little relaxation spot. And it's also
Mm,
a former military stronghold similar to
mm,
Odaiba,
yeah.
but they still have a lot of like the old. It almost looks like abandoned, like an abandoned warehouse or something like that. It's got all
Mm,
these little twists and turns, and it kind of looks like Jurassic Park. It's really crazy.
mm.
Definitely look it up on YouTube if you ever get the time.
Yeah, I used to live for about 6 months just north of there. You know Opama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a friend that had a house up there in Opama. So uh, so I'm a little familiar with the area, but I never got to see or even found out if there was ferries to get you out on the Sadashima or not. There's no monkeys there, is there?
No. Despite the name,
Yeah, I
there's no
think.
monkeys on Monkey Island.
Yeah, yeah. I think I read that somewhere. That yeah, despite the name, yeah, you cannot touch my monkey because there are none to be found. So
No monkey.
no monkey, no monkey, no touch monkey. So
You don't touch monkey.
yeah,
Oh, man. But yeah, basically, if you wanted to get out to Sarashima Island, you go to Mikasa Park, which is like right in front of base, and there's like a whole bunch of ferries that take you out there, and there's you can get like tickets and stuff from like a nearby trailer. Um, they have like prices and stuff like that. I don't know
cool.
how it works offhand, but that's the basic gist of it.
All right. Any chance that our guest ever pop back up or?
Nah, he didn't give me anything. He's I think he's in the middle of some kind of trip or something.
Mm,
As in like a travel trip, not a drug-induced trip. So.
yeah.
Just wanted to clear that up.
He's tripping.
Yeah, he's tripping, man.
Okay.
Tripping. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a guest on next week.
Yeah.
Hammer out any kind of technical difficulties, scheduling difficulties, because this is an entirely new show, so we're just kind of learning as we go ourselves.
Yep. Try to get better at it as we go. So
Yeah.
different people on and have more set topics. Today was kind of off the fly, off the cuff. But anyway, anything else? Probably it's been about an hour we've been doing this, so maybe we'll wrap up.
Yeah, Victor and Hiko are starting their thing up pretty soon too. So
all right, cool.
yeah, we're planning on doing this the Dog and Squid show every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. That's Japan Standard Time. So if you guys are seeing this like back in the States or in England or something like that, just go to timedate.com and just convert it from there to your local time zone. So, with that said, this is the Andy-san. Signing out for now.
And the dog's in the house, and see ya.
Yeah, see you next time.
Next time, all right. Cheers.
Later.